Okay, as we can see, there are traces of bees. There's a beehive in there and it's very active. It's pretty big in there. I'm going to have to most likely switch out the entire board right here first. So we have no way around this. Also, considering that there are more not debris, damages right here. This looks like residue of water. This is implying that this entire strip is already on its way out. It's receiving water in the wrong places somewhere. So we're gonna have to investigate that. But as we can see right here is, woo, oh, they're aggravated. As we can see a little bit higher up there too, the damage just not only pertain itself right here, it also proceeds at rising. As you can see, they enter from the top. Now, from examination, without running the ladder, I was able to see already a lot of the problem. We can see that water does not escape properly from this system. You can see it at the very top that water does collect up there as well too. So this is one of those situations where I would have to seal up there as well, so that we do not have this becoming a new problem up there as well. As you can see in that area right there. That's it. So I'll have to take a picture of that in a second. Now the next thing, we'll have to replace that whole gutter pipe right here entirely. That entire process has been pretty much corroded and it's no longer operable, obviously. So this is the culprit for your disaster right here. Now I'm going to try my safest way to document how this may have came to be. It's not a may, this is how exactly it came to be. If you could look right here on the side, you will see water. You will see an opening right here. This is like not even feeding into the pipes anymore. This is just to show you that from so long of the, yeah, them bees are aggravated. All right, so that just pretty much means that from the water that been traveling for so long, it has already corroded the pipe in that exact area. And because of that area where it meets, it has caved under the pressure and capped open. Therefore, it then fed water all onto the pipes and around the pipes and traveled to this board zone area right here. And then from here, the water made its way in there, where obviously water is one of those things that either, it heals or kills. And in this case, it killed pretty much this section. So this made it a perfect opening for these guys to come in and build their family. Now, once again, like I said, with the bee situation, we're gonna have to replace that entire board because that colony is most likely already infesting its way straight down. So we will measure for the entire thing, but gradually make our way across just in case we do not entirely have to do that. However, this whole section has to get completely changed. Now, okay, this right here, this is going to lead to problems. As you can see, it's already molding over and it's creating some serious potential problems. This is only gonna grow into a bigger chaos and is going to eat this entire side. And this whole side is going to be completely infested with mold. You will have to end up changing this entire section right here will end up getting changed if this grows and this doesn't get controlled. So the way to avoid this currently, we would have to examine this, make sure there's nothing in there, but it's best to make sure that these ducts are feeding out the air appropriately. Okay, so once every blue moon, it's best to have a proper treatment on the side of the house. One more thing I can recommend is if they keep the paint coat fresh on the side of the house, the siding and the material is less likely to damage as they have been doing already. So if actually the side of the house is treated every now and then with pressure wash or at least a paint job, that will prevent the house from completely caving on itself as time go by. So it's simple things like that is what makes the house last longer. Okay, so now from further inspection of the boards at the very top that was mentioned to me, excuse me, as I can see, the very main board at the very top and that panel is already on its way out. So you can't see it too well from the ground. It's rotted at the top, and the metal that's protecting the chimney at the top has corroded and rotted as well. Now, you don't see it too well, but this just indicates that we having a problem of the water flow and the water control at the top. Now, I may have a solution Well, first of all, we will have to fix that per your request, but I have a solution to prevent that from happening again going forward. And then from there, we will be able to take care of that. So let me see if I zoom in, you can see a little bit more. See, like all of that is gone. That's not a paint job. That's wearing off because the exposure to the water and the amount of water that still sits up there is completely corroding that. So when we replace those boards, because they're already water damaged, once we replace that entire framing up there at the very top, and possibly that metal pan sheathing for the chimney, we will then put a guard that will prevent the water from sitting up there upon return. So that should be that.